are trees behind you. You won't get to see it otherwise, so I just want you to know. The Oscars. How did you wind up hosting the Oscars this year?
A friend of mine works at Elle magazine, and I was asked to host the Women in Hollywood dinner in Los Angeles. And,
which you did a hilarious job of. It's on YouTube.
Oh, do they have that on there?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, God. They asked me to do that. The Premiere magazine used to host the Women in Hollywood dinner. Very interesting evening because they had 8 of these really prominent people there. And Adam Shankman, the producer of the Oscars, was the current producer, who's a film producer, was there. And Carol Burnett got up to give Julie Andrews an award, and I was coming off the stage, and Carol said to all these people, he goes, "Oh, Alec is so funny, he should host the Oscars." And Shankman was there, and a week later they called me and they asked me to host the Oscars. And I called up Steve, because they asked us to do it together. And I called up, and he is really the funniest person in the world. And I called him up and I go, "Do you think we should host the Oscars?" And he said, "Of course we shouldn't host the Oscars." And he said, "And that's exactly why we're going to host the Oscars, to prove all those people wrong." He's great. So I think we're gonna have a good show. But the other thing to remember, if you've been there, because I've been to the Oscars several times, is that it's a television show to entertain an audience at home, but it's also the highest form of achievement in the motion picture business. It's an evening that's going to change the lives of some of the people in that room. So you play to the audience at home, and you play to the audience in the room, and for the people who are in the room, the Oscars is a very serious evening. It's a very important evening. So we hope to have the balance between the reverence for filmmaking that requires, and Steve and I being complete idiots on TV.
When you come out knowing that 3 billion people, however many it is in the world, are watching you live.
I try not to think about that, Janet. Thank you.
Anyone who starts looking around on the internet about you, you draw out more of a lunatic fringe than most people do.
I didn't know that.
You have many devotees of all different persuasions, and there are a lot of things said about you. And so I'm just going to try a little true or false on some of this. Did you ever have a pet wolf?
No, my ex-wife had a dog that was half wolf, half husky.
So that's sort of true, almost.
Ding! Correct, Janet.
Are you
50 points.
Are you descended
Next
from,
question.
Are you descended from 2 people who came over on the Mayflower?
Ding! 50 points. No, someone gave me one of those.
Is that a yes or no?
Yes. I mean, someone said to me that I was yes, and then I was related to people give you those. I mean, I wonder if who sits back and like they smoke a lot of pot or something, and they email you those genealogy trees. You know what I mean? And my brother got really into this because the producers of a TV show did it with him, where they were doing this family tree of people who were well known or what have you.
Did you grow up knowing this? You always knew?
No. I would have played my cards completely differently.
Were you ever a busboy at Studio 54?
Yes. Can't you tell? Can't you just see that I'm pulsing that 70s disco fever beat? I needed to get a job. I moved to New York in 1979, and the heyday of Studio 54 was over. The studio was 76, 77, and they were kind of fading, and I went in, and maybe they were having trouble getting people to work there, I don't know. And I went there, and I got a job as a busboy. And the waiters, I was there as a waiter. The busboys were like these super fit, kind of gymnast types with these shorts on and no shirts. And they were walking around picking up glasses everywhere, and, And then there were the bartenders, and then we were the waiters. And I was a waiter at Studio 54.
These are just, I'm sorry, a couple more of the real off-the-wall things. Do you have a back double on 30 Rock?
Back double? For what?
The worst thing, the only thing they really have on you over at Fox News is that, and where they wouldn't like you because you write for the Huffington Post, is that you have a back double who allows you to work fewer days than the other people on 30 Rock, so you can go out and watch the US Open and go to California and do whatever. It says that. No?
Is there anything wrong with that, Janet? Someone told me, who gives a shit about any of this? Do you really care? Who gives a shit about this? We should be talking about the healthcare problem.
Well, we're not going to. Let me ask you about a couple of other things. Are you going to run for office?
No, but seriously, this is this interesting thing because, we live in a world. I mean, the answer to that question is a longer, complicated thing. I'm sorry.
If you give a politician's answer, then that's kind of a way of answering it.
Perhaps I'm practicing. No, we live in a world today where more and more of the people that would want to do that kind of job, or actually more and more who might do well at that job, who might be committed public servants, want nothing to do with that job. And more, like in this town, for example, you got to be pretty well funded if you want to run for certain jobs, which is a shame because I've worked with public affairs organizations and public policy advocacy groups where we had understood very early on that campaign finance reform is the linchpin of of many of the problems in this country today. If you've got to have tens of millions of dollars of your own money to run for a statewide office, that's a shame. There's a part of me that I would like to do that. There's a part of me that I would like to get involved in that. Because in the end, all that matters in the way we live our lives is what is the law. People can advocate for this and advocate for that, but the people who rule the day are the people who change law and make law. There are coal-burning enterprises in this country that release toxic, fumes into the air and do all these horrible things, and in my estimation, but the truth is they're not breaking any law. They paid for those laws. They had those laws written the way they needed those laws to be written, and that's the law. No one's breaking any laws. The way that you have change in our society is either in the marketplace or in the government or some hybrid of the two. And I've always wanted to run for office or get involved in that kind of thing to help change law in our society.
I can't believe you really answered that question. I never thought you would.
No, I mean, I would like to, but the other problem is that in New York, there's a lot of planes on the runway in New York. A lot of entitlement in New York. A lot of people have got their political careers mapped out 8, 12, 16 years down the road.